So let me share my screen and we'll just, go on. A minute, please. Please, can you all see my screen? Okay, yes, I think my screen is, I think I'm sharing already. Please, can you see my screen? Oh my God. All right, so for this course, starting today, we'll be finishing on it's just a month. So we'll be finishing on, is it 19th or 20th of April now? Okay, 20th of April. So it's just an hour class twice a week, Wednesdays and Sundays. So for now, I'll just run through the module, through everything. I'll just run through the course outline. So for today, we'll be doing introduction to Excel and understanding its interface. Introduction to Excel, when using, what are the importance of Excel, why we use Excel, and understanding the interface, what some parts of Excel is, just how we interact with Excel as an application. Before you get accustomed to an application, you would have to toggle around, do some things before you know how it works. So that's part of what we'll be doing today. So creating and saving workbooks, basic navigation and selection. Navigation and selection in the sense that a particular cell, if I want to reference this cell, what do I call it? How do I term it? Then creating and saving workbooks, just like, let's use this, there's this 10-in-1 book or 5-in-1 book we use in our institution. Yeah, I know we all know that book. So that is like, let's say that book, 10-in-1, is like Excel application on its own. Then is this section 1, section 2, section 3, or I don't know what to call it, but you understand what I'm saying? So those are like workbooks in the Excel application. And we also have worksheets. So workbooks comprises of worksheets. Worksheets are the pages in each section. And so now we can say worksheets are embedded in a workbook, and workbook comprises of worksheets. Yeah. So now data entry and editing, when I'm giving an information and I want to input it in my data or in my database or in my Excel, how I input it is what is called data entry. And maybe there's a mistake somewhere I want to edit, same way. Basic formatting, fonts, alignment, number will be, I feel some of us will be accustomed to it since we are familiar with MS Word. If we're familiar with MS Word, font alignments and all those ones would not be a problem. Then basic calculations, we have sum, average, counts, the likes. So for Sunday now, which would be on the 23rd, we'll be talking about formulas and functions. I'll just run through maybe 3 to 4, then we'll go into the business of the day. So formulas and functions now, we have basic arithmetic operators, our normal, plus, minus, asterisk, division, how we use it in Excel. The same way we do 2 plus 2 equals to 4, we can do that in Excel. So that's the fundamentals, that's the basic. So same way we do it in our normal mathematics, we can also imbibe that in Excel. That's what that means. Then introduction and implementation of Excel functions. Excel functions now, this is like an upgraded version of the normal plus and minus. Here we use sum, average, mean, max. We know sum, addition, average, the average of a particular given set of numbers. Minimum is the smallest number on a particular field. Then maximum, highest. Product, we know it is multiplication. Yeah. So next one will be filling cells. We have auto filling, we have flash filling, and absolute referencing. Absolute referencing is actually not part of filling cells, but it is something that we just have to, stick together with filling cells. Then we have creating templates and freezing. That creating template is more like copying a particular format and using it on a different worksheet entirely. Like the way some of my letters are bold here, the way their sizes are different, exact formats I used here, I want to use it in another worksheet, sorry, in another workbook. So that is the reason I would need to create a template and use it in that new workbook I am working on. Then freezing. Let's say I have like 10,000 rows and like over 20 columns. And meanwhile, the first column has names and the first row has the headers. But I want to view, let me say, I want to view item 9,000. I cannot view item 9,000 at once on my screen. I would have to, scroll down. So, and I need to see the name and still have access to the headers. So that is freezing pin, that is freezing. That means making some particular part of the data sets now static, making it static that irrespective of my location on that worksheet, I can see them. So that is what freezing is all about. Then we move to formulas and functions. Formulas and functions, we have our logical functions. Just that we know, okay, yeah, most of us did Python and we're accustomed to and or not if. The same way it works in Python is the same way it works in Excel. And it will return whatever we state if two conditions are met. Or it returns the whatever is stated if at least one condition is met. Then not is just the opposite of what we want. If now is when there is a condition attached to a particular request. That is when we use if. Then if is used for multiple conditions. I mean, like I have like 4 conditions to be met. I can simply use ifs instead of nexting if. Yeah. Please, if we don't understand, we can call my attention. But we'll get there, Sha. So this is just like a briefing of what everything entails. Okay, now, so next is count if. Just like we know, count is to get the number of everything in a row, the exact number of everything in a row. So it is used for numerals. If you want to count for text, that is count A. That means count all. So count is used for numerals, and this count if is to count on a particular condition. Is to count on a particular condition. So text functions, we have concatenate, we have length, we have find, we have text join, we have lower, and we have upper, and some others like that. These ones are used on strings, on text. Concatenate, join, length to find the length of a particular cell, find a particular thing from this particular cell. Text join, I have records in more than a cell and I want to join them together. Lower is for, okay, this thing, it is scattered. The first letter is in lowercase, the second letter is in uppercase, the next one lower, upper, like that. But I want to make everything lower, same way for upper. So now we have our lookup functions. We have VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and XLOOKUP. VLOOKUP, like it says, vertical lookup is to, find a particular information on this vertical axis, on a vertical axis. Like look for a particular information for me on a vertical row. That one is for row. Then our HLOOKUP. Yeah, HLOOKUP is to, find a particular thing on the horizontal plane. So, did I say plane? Sorry. So XLOOKUP now comprises of VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. So, yeah. So let me stop there for today. So let's dive straight into the business of the day. Let me open my Excel. So we'll be working with a blank sheet for minutes. Yes, so here we are. And what we are doing. Okay, now introduction to Excel use and importance. Maybe while in secondary school, we were introduced to Excel. Like, okay, if you do 2 year and you do 4 year and you do 6 year and you want to sum everything, you have to come here and say equals to 2 plus 4 plus 6, like that, to give us the answer. Fine, yes, it will, but they didn't tell us, they didn't go in depth. In fact, for me, I didn't get to understand, I didn't get to know Excel was this in depth until like 2-3 years ago. So Excel is more than what we think it is. Excel, in fact, so we can use Excel for analysis. We can use it for data transformation. We can use it for validation. That's even part of our module. We can use it for validation, transformation, cleaning. Yeah, we use Excel for cleaning. We use it to build pivot tables, charts, and even dashboards. But we are getting there. Yeah, so understanding Excel is, as most of us would know it, we can use it for mathematical operations. Yes, that is it. But for data analysis now, we can use it for analysis, like in-depth analysis. In-depth analysis. So, and its importance is like, okay, I want to have like, okay, like we already talked about conditions now. Okay, I have this large set of data. I have over 20 rows. If I select this, before I even go in depth, the whole highlighted portion of A now represents a column. So this has to be very, how would I say it now? It has to be very simple. Let me put it that way because we are starting from scratch. Yeah, we are starting from scratch. That's why it may sound or look like it is simple. Though Excel is not that hard, we put our minds to it. It's not that hard. But we have to start from scratch for the people that might want to, in other times, come search for it or look for the video. They can get used to it. So the whole portion selected now for A, it represents a column. That is, if I want to identify a column, it is from up to down, up to down. That is a column. So this all of C is a column, D is a column. But if I want to select rows are 1, 2, 3. From my right to left is row, right to left is row, but up to down is column. That's the simplest way we can use to, remember columns and rows. So now, understanding Excel interface. See this. So, what was I saying? Okay, yeah. So for example now, you see this is navigation. I am on this particular box. You see, they are all made up of boxes. They are all made up of boxes. They are all made up of boxes. But each box has its location. Each box has its reference name. Each box has their own specific identification number, just as every one of us have our different NIN, and our NIN cannot be the same. Same way Excel's interface has its own, same way each cell on this interface has their own name, they have their own identification number, they have their own whatever you might call it. It cannot be replicated. It is just one in a sheet. One in a sheet. For example, this particular cell I'm on that has 2, you will see A is highlighted. I selected this already. You can see the color of this A here now is different from that of B here. And the color of 1 is different from 2. It means this particular cell is cell A1. And even if maybe I'm too tired or I'm too stressed, or I don't want to stress myself to, be looking at the cell number and the row number, I can just come here. This is A1. So this shows the cell's identification. This is cell A1. And if I come down here, this is cell H8. H8 because I am on column 8 and in row 8. So this is cell H8. And if you come to the name box, can see it there also. Let's say I come this far. This is O22. O22. I am on column O, row number 22. If you look at the name box too, it's giving me O22. Though we can rename this, but that will be later in the future. We are not doing that now. All right. So we have our own menu. We have our own tab, sorry, file tab, which has to do with, you want to make a new page, you want to open a particular file, but not the current one, you have information about a particular workbook. You want to save as print, share, export. I feel we will be accustomed to this, but for the sake of those who would not, save. If I want to save the particular worksheet I'm on, sorry, a particular workbook, I can just press save, this place, select where I want to save it, then I click enter. If I want to save it as something, I click save as. Okay, this is save as. So, select the particular location I want. If I want to print that, the page I'm on, that is print like that. So we won't dive much into that. Let's go back. So now we have our home. Like I said already, if we are familiar with Microsoft, Microsoft now, we'll be familiar with all of this. So the home now has to do with this pane is for formatting. This pane is for formatting. This is base. Though we don't necessarily use, we mostly do not use this part of, sorry, we don't mostly use this part of this tab, because why would I come here to click cut when I can just easily select the cell I'm on and enter Control X? Why will I come here and click copy when I can just select where I am and click Control C? So those are shortcuts to it. We have Control C, Control X, Control V, paste. Then this, we'll be making use of this because it is our format painter. That is, I want to apply. Okay, let me use an example here. Let me say, I want to color this particular cell. We're still coming here. I want to color this particular cell. Let me give it this color. Then the rest, I want to make the letters red. Then I come here and I write Ami as a name. Then I write she's 2 years old. She has 3 kids, and she's married. Then I want to apply this same format. I want to make this one, I want to fill it yellow, and I want to make this text red. Instead of going over the processes again, I can just highlight this, come here, use my format painter, and I select this. You see, that is the work of our format painter. Very good and easy. So that is just what it is used for. So then we have our fonts. This one has to do with the fonts names. Same font, sorry. Whatever you want to use, you can Arial Black. But then mostly we use Calibri. Then the size, you want to, increase or decrease. Same thing here, you want to increase your text, you want to decrease your text. This one is for bold, italics, underline, to make a border. We use this already to fill the box, and this one is to fill the letters. So we have our alignments. We want to make it up, down, up, middle, down. This one is for, align left, align to the middle, align to the right. This one, please, I would just want us to go over all of this. Just navigate each of them and see their uses. Though they are not very hard, it might just look like it is many, because we also have inserts, because we cannot do everything in class. Let's put it down. We cannot do everything in class, so we'd have to go over them one by one and see what they are used for, their uses. So now this insert is for pivot tables. We are getting there. We are not there yet. Recommended pivot tables. We have table, recommended charts, different charts like that. So though we don't use draw, but there are some points you might want to use. Maybe you are a designer, page layouts, the way you want your page to be. formulas, yeah, we would get here, but we're not there yet. Then data, when we get to the points of validation, importing files, importing files like that. That is when we come here, like that. So we also have review, we have view, we have power pivots. We are not there yet. So I would implore us all to go through them one after the other and get familiarized with them. So let's see what next. So that's on introduction to Excel, understanding Excel interface. Now we're moving to, I think we've done basic navigation and selection. So yeah, basic navigation and selection in the sense of, I am here. I want to go to the next. I want to go to the next cell. I can easily press my tab or I press enter to go to the next row. But if I want to go to the next column, I can use my tab. The next column, I use my tab. Or I use my navigation key, the arrow that goes to the right. Yeah. But if I want to go to the next line, I can press enter. That's the next row. I can press enter, or I use my arrow down. If I want to go to the right, same way. So that's that on. We already did that. That's on navigation and selection. On creating and saving workbooks now. Creating and saving workbooks. I opened this page fresh. So now I created it already, but then I want to save. Like we already did on the file tab. Instead of going to the file tab to press save, we can easily do Control S. Did I save it already? Control S to bring out what you want to save as. You enter the name, let's say Excel Mastery, and you save. So if I close this now, peradventure I close this, I can easily open it when I press, okay, it is saved already. So, okay, I can easily open it. It says that I'll just go over, look for Excel Mastery. Okay, it's not coming up. No, let me open my Excel. Then I go straight into it. So that is for creating and saving. Yeah, I have my Excel Mastery here already, so I can just open it and I start from where I stopped. So that is creating and saving. While it is still loading, let's see what's next. Data entry and editing. Data entry and editing. What's this? Data entry and editing. Just like we entered this these numbers here. Here we can also, okay, let me delete this and delete this. Oh shit. Now I want to enter okay, this should be name. This column should be for name. I use my tab here. That is going to the next one. Name. Please tell me what fields can we use? Like I want to enter a record. Because I want to hear from us. What fields can we use? Name. What else? Age.
It's
Sorry?
gender.
Gender. Thank you so much. We can have our gender. We can have height, even though I don't know. We can have height. We can have marital status. Marital status.
I have religion.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not alone. Thank you so much. Yes, so this is example of data entry, but let's just fill a minute. You. Oh my. Okay, class would end shortly, but this is not what I want to do. So now data entry, yeah. Let's say, okay, for the name now, I have Army, Sweden, but I did a mistake. That's intentional. 27. Gender, I have, let me put a name instead. Grace. What did I do? Okay, tab now is to go to the next one. Then for gender, I have Grace. Instead, these mistakes are intentional. This is So the height now has to be like maybe 5 inches. or how do we call it? Yeah, marital status, married. So that I have entered this, I have like entered this particular record for Amis Sweden, but then there's a mistake. I can easily edit, double click on it and navigate to where I have my mistake. But then what if we are using, what if we have to correct multiple rows of data? What if we have to correct multiple rows of data? That is where find and select comes in. So we're not doing that yet. Okay, and for this gender now, I have a name instead of a gender. I can easily, select that symbol, click and enter the gender. This one is female. We'll do advanced editing once we are getting there. That is where find and select comes in. So this is data entry and editing. Basic formatting. I think we already did basic formatting. Oh, we did not. Basic formatting like we did for the, let me enter more stuff here. And any other name? Paul, yeah, thank you. 42, we have 57, we have 28, we have 32. Then for this one, we have, I just want to populate it a bit so we can use it for what we want to do. So it's Grace Emil. Grace is female. Okay. Okay. This one is F. All right. Then just 5 inches for everybody. Let's dash them heights. Okay. Then for this one is single. This one married. This one single. This one divorced. Then for religion, Islam, we have Christianity. For this one, we have Islam. We have Christianity. Did we notice something? If let's say I entered a particular information already, like this Christianity, I entered it already. And in another row, in that same column, I am typing something that looks like it. Excel automatically read it that I am trying to input this thing. I can easily press enter. Let's do it for Islam too. See, I can easily press enter. Only if I am not trying to enter that same thing, but it has the same spelling, I can just continue typing now. But to make the work easier for us, Excel already picked it. Okay, this is what I'm trying to input. Let me just, do my work. So that is okay. Basic formatting here. Now we want to make the whole header color yellow, like we said. Okay. Yes. So anywhere I see color yellow, I know it is the header. And I want to make it bold. That is basic formatting. That is alignment, number, fonts. Yeah, this is Control B. I should have used the shortcut. My God. Regardless, while it's loading, let's just continue. Okay, I can't do anything. Oh my God. All the class is not stopping. Okay, we have 5 minutes remaining. Please, in case the class goes off. Okay, we can just round up before then, shall we? Almost done. Why is this taking forever? My God. Okay, I don't know why it is. All right, yes, it's bold already, and I want to increase my fonts. That's just for the headers alone. You get that? Yep. So now I want to apply this same formatting to the rest of the columns. Like I have my column A to be reddish in letter. Their letters are red. And I want to apply that same formatting to my age column, to my gender column, to my marital status column, and religion column. I can just come in, I selected what I want to copy already. Then I come to my format painter. It already highlighted it. Then I highlight what I want. You see, then I've selected this. I come back again, select it because I still want to use that same format. I use it here and we are done. That is basic formatting. Basic formatting is not, it's not really complex. That it is that simple. It is that simple. Now let's quickly dive into our basic calculations. I think this basic arithmetic operation should come before this basic calculation, right? That's an error on our part, but regardless, we are where we are. So now I have 2, I have 5, I have 7. Maybe a secondary school person can just come and say, okay, if I do 2 plus 5 plus 7 to give me my answer. Yes, it will give me my answer, but it cannot be used for everything. I cannot. What if I am working with 10,000 rules? Would I be inputting it one by one like that? So please, if we've been following, I want us to tell me the cell name for this particular one I am on, for this particular cell I'm on. Anybody? I hope I'm not alone.
That's E13.
E13, exactly. Thank you so much. So now, let's say as an analyst, I am supposed to be like, okay, equal to, I can use, that is where, okay, let's not go to sum yet, but I can select this cell, enter my sign, select the next cell, enter my sign, select the next cell. Then I press enter, it gave me my answer. I can also use sum to give me, I can just, this range and give me this. You see, we have the same answer, but different results. So same way we use this for addition, we
Hello?
can also use this for, sorry?
Hello, please come again with the sum part. I don't really understand what you did there.
Okay, with the sum, we'll still dive into that. I'm
How
actually,
did you
hey,
how did you highlighting
how did
the
I? Okay,
numbers?
let me delete it. But we have less than 1 minute. Okay, maybe we'll come again. Or maybe we'll join using technique. So I did equals to sum tab. Then I just, clicked on 2, then drag it down to 7. So it's selected from 812 to 814 for me. Then I closed my brackets, enter. Do you get that? Okay, it's muted. Do you get that? Okay, so this is the end, but then we would continue on Sunday. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. So with this now, we are done with module 1, and for next class, we'll start from where we stopped, from the sum. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Thank you so much. I hope to see you on Sunday, same time, 9 p.m. Take care. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye.